Today on the USA News, Russia and China are abandoning the Iranian regime as the U.S. prepares what one analyst is calling Midnight Hammer 2.0. Get all the breaking details next. We've got some very important updates on that massive underground Iranian nuclear weapons facility that we've been telling you about here in the newscast over the past few weeks. Now, it is located near the city of Qom in central Iran. And according to a report from the Times of Israel this week, citing unnamed U.S. officials, the United States, Israel, here's the backdrop. You have a divided UN Security Council. And folks, this is very noteworthy. China rarely has any contact with Israeli leaders. So for Xi Jinping to make a phone call to Netanyahu, number one, congratulating him on winning that confidence vote this week in the Knesset, they are getting bolder and bolder, enriching uranium to ever higher levels, 60% now, just below weapons grade. Can America get its act together, re-energize under this new administration after that debacle in Afghanistan? And can the U.S. carry out a credible airstrike along with Israel? If and when it's needed, stay tuned. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe for new episodes every weekday. We'll keep a very close eye on this. And the longer that they're allowed to continue, the closer they get to the point of no return. Israel will not allow that. Israel has excellent intelligence capabilities on the ground inside of Iran. They know what's going on, and they will act when the time is right. But also discussing, according to Israeli media reports, the Iranian threat and the need to rein in the Iranian regime. Folks, this is significant coming from Beijing. Again, they don't make these types of calls very often. Until tomorrow, God bless you, and remember, never hold your peace. As we reported here in the newscast last Friday, Russia and China did not use their vetoes at the United Nations Security Council on a resolution which strongly condemned the Iranian regime's continued nuclear provocations. Now, Lavrov tried to walk back those comments that he made last weekend, saying that, quote, "We know that Israel will strike Iran's nuclear sites," end quote. He tried to play it down and say, hey, I was mischaracterized. Didn't really mean that. I'm just saying that Israel has the right to defend itself. Well, folks, come on. We know what Sergei Lavrov meant. And India's Foreign Minister S.J. Shankar picked up on it and he said, well, listen, we're very concerned about Iran's nuclear program. We want it to be denuclearized. So Lavrov couldn't even try to walk back those comments. Shankar picked up and said, hey, we're all on the same page here. We have the same concerns about Iran. They didn't block it. They didn't use their vetoes. Instead, they abstained. That was a significant move by both Russia and China, no doubt about it. And some Arab nations believe that this facility could be the center of an Iranian nuclear weapons program. Hey folks, welcome to the USA News. Now we know that Iran has been enriching uranium at various levels to 60% at some of its facilities. But the big update today is that Russia and China appear to be abandoning the Iranian regime, at least publicly. And this comes as the United States is indeed preparing what one analyst called Midnight Hammer 2.0. That S, the code name reportedly for a massive airstrike against Iranian targets, should diplomacy fail, and should Iran continue to push forward with its nuclear weapons program. But up until now, it seems like the Iranian regime was kind of hedging its bets. It was trying to maybe strike a nuclear deal with Western powers. And perhaps these various facilities were part of a bargaining chip in those talks. Well, now it appears that Iran has shifted its strategy, at least according to the Times of Israel report. They say this new underground facility, again near the city of Qom, would make it extremely difficult for Israel to carry out any kind of airstrike against this site. The underground aspect of it makes it very, very difficult because you have to penetrate the earth to get to it. And this is where the suspicions are heightened, folks, because the Iranian regime says, hey, stop. This is just a civilian nuclear energy project. But the U.S., Israel, and these other Arab nations do not believe that. Again, they believe that this could be a nuclear weapons facility, so we're going to keep a very close eye on that. Now, China and Russia made statements this week. Very interesting statements that I think really signal their intention to abandon the Iranian regime right now. And then you had a phone call. Chinese President Xi Jinping spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday. Then you had Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who was in New Delhi meeting with his Indian counterpart. So folks, the isolation of the Iranian regime is continuing. And remember, they are pushing forward with their nuclear program. The big question is, Can the U.S. put its house in order? Thanks so much for joining us here today on the Watchman USA News. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the USA News.